Sicko.
Why is there a feedback?
I don't know. Maybe it's where I am.
Wait a minute. It's whenever I speak. Do you hear it?
KJ would say it's a copying my voice. I hear the echo.
Yeah, you hear it, right?
Yeah,
That's weird because nothing is playing back here.
it's not bad. Don't
Oh.
plug that out, honey. Please, thank you. Hi, Car.
Hi, Guthrie.
How are
Hi,
you?
everyone who's about wait. Hi, everybody who's about to join.
Oh, we're live. Oops.
Yeah, aren't we?
I didn't even realize that we were live already.
I think we are. And today we're doing episode 2
Yes.
of
Um.
Jamaican Vibes and Culture. And last week we had a very, very wonderful conversation. My mom watched it and she said she wished we had sent the link to her so she could watch
Probably,
live.
probably should send
Probably,
it to her now.
uh, you frozen.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I was sending the link to mom.
Okay. Oh, cool. I'm not echoing anymore. But you have wandering eyes tonight.
Because I
Um,
this is the boy that he needs to stay still that until I and he's just running up and down over the whole place. Stay with
I
grandma.
mean, let him be.
Oh my
Let
god.
him be. It's fine.
Ruth, I have the worst headache ever. It's a headache that goes from here, and it's the flu headache that I've been trying to stay off the flu. Girl, my eyes are, I don't know. But anyways, we will do this.
We'll do this. We'll keep the discussion short. Make sure that you're. Did you take a cold and flu?
No, I just took a thing that my mommy made with turmeric and ginger and onion and all of that. And it seemed like it helped a little last night, but Jesus. In the
You
day,
need a painkiller. I'm sorry.
huh?
You need a painkiller.
I do.
You need a pharma cold and flu. Not advertising here, but I'm just saying.
I do. Because I was talking to someone and we were saying that with this flu, like the bush medicine, they can go so far no more. It's like you almost have to take medication. And I'm trying to hold off taking it, but mercy.
I
You
mean, if you can go through the pain, you can stay on the natural remedies, okay? But
yeah,
if you're trying to get rid of the pain, you might need a painkiller. So it depends. If your pain tolerance is very high, then you can do that.
my pain tolerance is very high, but not for headache. Headache and belly ache, I'm scared of. And yeah. Anyways, we got some people joining. Thank you guys for joining us. Let us know where you're joining us from. I don't know if I can. Can you see the chat room?
You should be able to since you are leading out tonight. I don't know if anyone has said anything yet.
Okay.
I didn't see anything, but guys, you can drop where you're joining us from. And since you're just jumping on, in case you weren't here last week, this is Jamaican Vibes and Culture. I'm Ruthan.
I'm Camellia, and we have a channel separate for Jamaica Vibes and Culture. But you need 50 followers in order to go live there, and we don't yet have 50 followers. So we're alternating between Roots YouTube and YouTube and my YouTube until we get there. So last week we did it on Roots YouTube. This week we're doing it on mine, and this week we're talking about something that has been in the news a little, and it's Jamaicans and jacket. We might talk
Yeah.
about but just Jamaica and this culture of jacket. And Ruth, and I don't know if you want to explain for those who are not Jamaican who know what jacket is. I don't know if you want to explain for them.
The jacket is when you are told you're the father of a child, but really you aren't.
Yeah,
So you are taking care of a child that really isn't yours, but you're under the guise that it actually is. It's a big issue here in Jamaica. Thus, we have this term. Everybody knows a jacket.
every
It's sad. Some people are jackets.
cut to
It
fit.
cut cut to fit.
But they're not just sometimes the men most of the times the men are not aware that the jacket is a
Yeah, sometimes they don't.
but
Most times they don't.
sometimes they are aware that hey, the woman has this child, we're together, the woman have this child that is not mine, but I'm going to take that child on. Thank you, honey. Oh, apparently my lips are dry. My nephew just brought me lip balm.
How
But
thoughtful.
thank you. But sometimes they don't they do know that the child is not theirs. And it's a cultural thing. I don't know why it's a cultural thing. And I think the typical thing is Jamaican one wicked.
Wow. Well, they talk a lot about Jamaican men and their exploits.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a way of balancing the scales. I, I really don't know. And I mean, we thought about this topic because it has been brought up
Mhm.
in the news in Jamaica recently, where, well, not even in quotes, really in the news, where they're looking at doing paternity tests before, you really go home with your kids and all of that. And it was just so sad. And that's how you know that our culture really has made space for jackets, because people are like, why? A lot of people are like, why would you do that? Yeah, try mash up people's
Look,
life. And what do you
what
mean?
like we've gotten so accustomed to it that now that they're trying to correct it, and I think it makes sense. Like a whole heap of relationships are going to get mashed up because I know of a couple people who like men who raised kids for 18 or over years, and it gets to the point where usually when it's found out is when the father is abroad and the father wants to apply for the child to come and live with them, and they do the DNA test because if you're doing that, if you're doing the immigration thing, you have to do the DNA test. And when you find out the child is not yours, this child that you've been taking care of for how many years? Like Tanya
And
Stevens, she has a song about it, and she's like she's giving the child to this man because he's the best man for the job. Not that he's a father
wow.
for the job. And usually it works out like that. Like for example, like Ruth knows my story. My name is Camellia Guthrie, but I'm not Guthrie. I don't have an ounce of Guthrie blood running through my vein. But my grandmother had a child with her first love and went back to country to her regular person. And he's like,
Regular love.
you now go back at Kingston. And so I'm going to take the child. And he just took my dad and gave him his name. And so I became Guthrie, but I don't have an ounce of Guthrie blood running in my family.
But
Or
for you, I don't think we could really categorize that lineage as jacket,
I think it's Jack.
because, yeah, because the person knew and the person decided that, hey, I am going to claim this child. Jacket is when you really don't know. So you're out here decked out in your three-piece suit, and son, that shirt that you have on, that top layer, that jacket, it's
Yeah.
not yours.
So maybe I'm an overcoat and not a jacket.
Overcoat. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But I kind of wonder though, can you imagine the effect that has to have on a man?
I know, like it is the. I think it's one of the worst cases of betrayal because you're with this person, yeah, who you're supposed to love or whatever it is. Why is it so noisy in my background? Who you're supposed to love, and you're supposed to trust this person, and this person went had an affair. So there's the affair first of all, and then they went and they got pregnant and brought that. So now they have the affair. Now there's the deceit because you have to work hard to cover that up, especially if the pity don't look like the man. You start telling the man that the child look like your great great
Your
grand
side of the like my side of the family.
or something of the sort, and the poor man know that this doesn't look like my child, and so they just thank you. They just continue, and when it's too late, like after they've devoted their lives, because a lot of them devote their lives to taking care of these kids, and then you hear from the show, as Jamaicans would say, the child is not yours. The child is not yours. Can you imagine
Yeah.
how child must feel? Because I think one of the things that for children, like they're always trying to figure out like which part of me are from this parent or something. And there's times when the child just doesn't feel like he or she belongs. Like how like me and daddy don't have nothing in common. Like, why is it daddy and I have nothing in common? And then the child get up and realize, like, look here, I've been living this life and it's not true. And my parents, my mother deliberately lied to me and lied to my dad. Trust issues in a Ruthann.
Trust issues. It has to affect everybody involved. And even to carry on telling such a lie as the mother, that has to take a toll on you as well.
Oh my goodness. It has to. it has to take. Go take ask grandma to take it. It has to take a toll, Ruth Ann, because when you're lying, oh my God, when you're lying, like it does something to you, and you tell this lie so much that all of a sudden it you almost can't tell the difference between truth and lying. It
Because you start believing it, and there are some cases where I believe that the mother is, has been dating more than one person, or more than dating more than one. Not sure. And instead of doing a test that would call you out, start doing your own math in your head and say, it must be for this person. Or as the song you said from Tanya, it's like, this person would be a better father in my estimation. So let me have this person be the father
I
of my
know,
child.
and then some of the man them fool too, fool, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you, let's say you're dating this woman is your person, or it's a new thing, and 6 months into the relationship, she tell us she 9 months pregnant. Clearly, I can't do math, but clearly somebody was there 3 months in advance.
No, they're not telling that she's 9 months pregnant. You hear along the way that, okay, I'm pregnant, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited. But then the baby comes before 9 months, and you're like,
A pre
it's premature. I'm so sorry. And people probably are like, at first, this one premature baby big, so. But you're trying to save face. It is just so sad.
But what I'm wondering, Ruth, how did this become a tradition for Jamaicans? Like, how did this become a thing? I think we probably
A normal thing.
like, how did this become so entrenched in our culture to the point where it's accepted? Like, because there are other people will know that the child is a child, but they're not saying anything, or they will tell the man that is none of yours.
Yeah, you hear whispers. And as a child, hearing whispers that might not be a father and whatnot, again, has to be taxing. So even with the whole idea of moving to do these paternity tests early in the game,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna cause a lot of discomfort, but I think it will right some wrongs. It will straighten out some things, and hopefully it will keep us a little bit more on the straight and narrow way, because of the ripple effects of, giving jacket, and knowing that you're a jacket somewhere along the way.
Yeah, but it will cause women to think twice before they chuck a jacket on a man. Yeah. One of the things I was also thinking about, I forgot it, but because I'm getting old, one of the things I was also thinking about too is how colorism plays a part in this. I know of a case, yeah, where this man, he was already married, right, with his good family, and he stepped outside of that. He got a child, and he said the child was not his. Yeah, but the woman who he got the child with cheated on him. So his side piece cheated on him with another man and got a brown skinned child. And you know, the man, the first child that was his, he said, what's this, but the brown skinned child, him say, yes, this is mine. It's not his pick me, but just because the child is brown skinned, he took the child. So
And them say if your brown stick around,
you have some man knows that the child is not jacket, but because the child look a particular way, have long hair, or they take the child because of the slavery that mess.
slavery mentality.
Yes, yeah. I don't know, girl. I don't,
Yeah.
but
But I think this deserves research, Camellia. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do our own non-scientific research into this, but it is worth delving into to find out why is it that this is perpetuated so much that it's entrenched in our culture here in Jamaica.
I really, really want. We should probably have a guest on. Invite somebody on to share with us.
We should, because there's another thing that is not a topic that most people might want to discuss, and maybe one day we'll be able to go into details about it. It might make people uncomfortable, and yeah, we talk about jam vibes and culture and Jamaica nice, honestly, but we still have to talk about the things that are not so nice as well, because all these things make us Jamaican and make this place the place that it is. So whether we like some things about it or not, it's part of, unfortunate, our culture, who we are, and things that we can change along the way. Because just like persons and people make up a country, it starts out in varying ways. that that's a discussion that we'll have here. Vibes and culture, the evolution of our culture, the different aspects of our culture, why sometimes we like going back because it's like a time capsule. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the ice cream vehicle outside. Me depend diet, I'm not supposed to eat ice cream for the weirdest reason. I want to run go outside and order some Devon ice cream.
You could. You absolutely
Can you hear it?
have phone with you because that buying
I know.
from
Oh God.
buying ice cream from Creamy is a Jamaican tradition, as especially for those of us from the country who didn't have electricity and all these different things. We weren't getting ice cream to buy ice cream put down in the fridge. You wait until Sunday when Cream Man passing on the bike and then go prickle prickle prickle. You hear here comes Fudgy, and
Here it comes.
you grab it. And here's actually a song, and you grab your little base or your little cup, or if you're buying cone, and you're going to line up and hi mom.
I have no idea where my purse is.
And Creamy will sell you cream ice cream, and that's how you get your ice cream. So it's interesting that we're in 2025 and people are able to, what are you doing? And people are able to buy their ice cream and put it in their thing. But at the same time, people are still, you have to still have the cream man who is buying, coming around, who is coming around and selling ice cream, and people are still lining up to get ice cream from them. So I hope Ruth finds her purse and she's able to share that experience with you. And if you've never seen it, if you've never seen it, then you're yay.
I don't have any cash in my hope I can't take card.
Oh wow. Hi mom,
Hi.
how are you? Ruth, and you think breaking up
Take card. Listen to Devon. Yes. So we're getting ice cream. Which what should I buy? What
though?
flavor? The common rum and raisin. Devon
Rum and
stout.
raisin. Rum and raisin.
What is it?
You're frozen girl. Rum and raisin.
Give me the
But you
container.
got to turn the
How much is the container? Let me keep it on the budget.
Ruth, turn the camera on so we can see the people, see what's happening over the other side. There we go. Don't show your face. Angle the camera to your face.
And
What you
here.
doing?
Miss, I don't want to show the young lady's face, so I can't do much more.
That's why I'm saying angle it so that her face isn't being shown, sweetie.
Oh, but I didn't want to. It's gonna give a weird
Okay.
shot. But it's how much for the big container, the pretty grape nut. No, it's true. You don't like grape nuts? Give me the rum and raisin. It may go buy, but me like grape nuts. I'm just letting you know. Hi, mom. I'm gonna turn. Hold on. I'm going to turn the camera around so I can pay. Okay. I want my card there. Thank you so. Thank you so much. Camille, I don't know if you remember back in the days.
Oh, usually that's what I was telling them. Either you're taking it in your cone or you're taking it in the are you taking it in your own container. So you'll bring your container and take it in that. No, I was explaining while you were getting ready to go outside. I was saying it's a Jamaican tradition. When the cream person come, you will either go out with your container or you take it in a cone and they put it in there and then you go and you eat your ice cream because it's not like you're able to afford a whole box of ice cream.
Free cone. Thank you. Good night.
Wait for you. They want free cone. So you know what? No.
So we have the ice cream truck. That was a little experience. My ice cream. I'm not supposed to be eating ice cream, or
Come back inside. I can't.
how you go and you swipe your card. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You were breaking up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying it's just so interesting. You know how far we've come. We often joke about who sometimes beg on the road. They have their little machine. If you want to give them some
Mm-hmm.
money. Sorry, I'm in another room. Living in a time where when you're going for your little Sunday ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have cash, it's not a problem.
Which is good because it shows that we keep parts of our tradition, but we're able to evolve with the time and all of that. So you still have your cream person coming and they're selling you your cream at your yard gate and stuff, but you're able to use your card to tap so that you can get your ice cream. So
Yeah, and I really appreciate that.
absolutely. So I'm happy we're able to.
And as we talk about that, usually, Camelia, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say that usually, um, you don't always have an ice cream bus or ice cream van, especially if you're from an ice cream. It's always on a
Yeah, yeah.
bike,
Is that creamy on a bike or a bicycle?
creamy on a
Yeah,
bike. And I'm happy you brought that up, Cam, because as much as Devon House is a part of our culture, so it's creamy ice cream.
100%. Look here, Devon House is the tradition of Devon House is mostly Kingston based because most of us never Devon House. What is Devon House? We knew the box cream. There we go. So this is new for people in the country like myself and you. It was just a box of cream, the regular box of cream that the cream person. This man decided that this is going to be my way of making money.
Of
So
making
this
money.
he gets a little horn that go prickle 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 and from you hear prickle, 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 everybody grab them little something and them run come because them a meat creamy up at the gate and they're bringing out their cup or they whatever. They're bringing out their cup and whatever it is that they're going to put them ice cream in and your parents give you the little change and you go, creamy, I want $5 ice cream. At that time, $5? Oh gosh, you have
No,
$5 to buy the whole.
listen, your phone packed up, scoops upon scoops upon scoop, and it was a Sunday evening
Yeah, yeah.
just like Sunday matinee, Sunday
Sunday
ice cream.
evening. Yeah, yeah. So every Sunday you can look forward to your ice cream and you order. Those were absolutely days, mom. And so we were not eating ice cream every day of the week and something. So by Sunday come ice cream melt out of your system, you digest it, you process it, and you're coming again next week Sunday for your Jamaican tradition. Talking about Sunday traditions, Ruth. Another one was Sunday dinner. Sun
Rice and peas,
Oh, Sunday dinner.
and chicken
Oh
with
goodness.
vegetables. Wait, no, and when we say vegetable, we mean the carrot and
Carrot and cabbage.
listen,
Carrot and cabbage.
li-
Even so, and it's so interesting that we hold on to some things even when we leave the space. Because, like, even now when you go to a Jamaican restaurant here in North America, when they ask you if you want vegetable, is shredded carrot and cabbage. Shredded carrot, that's it. They might put a little coleslaw on it, but that is it. And that was your salad. And then
yup.
you might have little
You might
lemonade.
have some tomato or cucumber when
Yeah,
it's in season.
sliced tomato, cut up big pan side, chop chop, cheese.
Hashtag salad, because that's what we call salad tomato.
Yeah.
So when I got older, that's when I realized like mixing vegetables together and putting it together, that was a salad.
I didn't know that
Because
was.
as far as I knew,
Is
the
it?
big tomato was salad.
Thank you, darling. That was salad tomato. Thank you very much. And then for the juice, you might get lemonade, this time with actual lemon, or like in my family, they used to blend juice. So you get blend up banana and oats and all them something, and then blend it, and that was oh goodness. Sunday, go ahead, Ruth.
No, I was just going to add to the drink. because in good on good days when money are run, you could have carrot juice. I mean, carrot juice with stout in there, I mean, nice and rich. You might have some soursop juice. You get what I'm saying?
Yup.
Depending if soursop is in season. Hey, and then by the time pure bulb syrup, if you want to come on board and sponsor, come on board. When you get, and it wasn't even pure first, it was this weird brand, and it had this long bottle. It was like red syrup. You remember one time when red syrup was just red syrup, you hardly saw any other color syrup?
Syrup was just red, and then who make pure bulk syrup? I don't know who make it, but then they came in and them start mix up the thing. We get cola champagne. I'm like, oh,
Where is so far? Remember Quenching? You remember when Shackleberry Finn came out, Camellia? Oh, fix your face, girl. You
bro,
remember when Shackleberry Finn came out? Like you had regular champagne. And when Sunday come and your parents need to go buy stuff, you have to get Shackleberry Finn.
we before we move on
You
to
know, look like you did use so Shackleberry Finn at all.
wait now, yes, I must fix my face, but wait. You see, when you trust people, my 5-year-old nephew is here, and every now and then he'd bring me water. So we're supposed to make slime after this. So of course he can get hold of the baking soda. Why they put the baking soda and the water can't come give me for drink? I'm like, why this taste so? No, it's the drinking something. Baking soda and water and can't come give me for drink. Honey, can I have some water, please? Thank you. No, it's
My
not.
God.
It's just the juice baking soda. Okay, bring some pure water for me, please.
Boy, Camellia, I followed you and bought the Roman raisin.
You don't like it?
No, man, I like the flavor except then give me too much raisin. Master God.
Like raisin, sorry. I just told you to buy roman raisin because it's one of the traditional flavors and something. I'm not supposed to eat I do dairy and so I don't really eat ice cream, but if I'm going to risk it, it's cookie and cream. I like the cookies in it and the thing. So that's what I would do. But another
I like
Jamaican
grape nut as well. Grape nut is a common Jamaican flavor.
That's true. But another Jamaican Sunday tradition that I thank you, honey. Another Jamaican Sunday tradition that I am thinking about is like in the week you have your going out clothes, but at some point on a Sunday you be and put on your nice clothes. I love your foot
Yep.
with it.
Your Sunday best. Not your Sunday best for church, but your Sunday yard clothes is different.
That's when your hair got combed for the week to go to church to school for the rest of the week. That's when you put your beard at some point and then I'll up your hair with the ducks. You remember ducks and magic
Of
blue magic
course, I remember that.
ducks and magic blue. Hey, when me I use blue magic,
And pure lean, and the pure lean. You
And
remember the green one?
you remember the blue one, the one that the little tin,
Yes.
with the silver top.
Yes, ma'am. You know
Early,
we still have that in Jamaica though?
I don't know, but it was
I'm telling you.
that. And then before that, they had some. Oh my God, they had this one. It looked almost like lime green in a little plastic.
Mhm.
Yes, man, it was that. And then they had do grow. A do grow. Oh my God.
Yeah, but do grow was kind of in a I mean, I discovered do grow in university. I wasn't
Oh no,
exposed to
that
it
that that, that,
before.
that do grow. I don't remember if the do grow was the name, but it was like in this blue thing. Am I mixing up with or maybe I'm mixing up with blue magic. You know blue magic? When
Blue
me
magic is what you probably are
because blue
mixing it
magic
up
used
with.
to foreign. My mother used to send blue magic, honey. My mother used to send blue magic in a barrel. So when me I use blue
Mm,
magic, I'm like, you can't talk to me. You have to talk to me. Yeah, I use pure lean and dax. Me I use blue magic.
Blue magic. Listen, good old days, good old days.
Oh
And
my
it comes back full circle to what we were talking. I think we mentioned it last week as well. That on a Sunday evening, people used to you don't just bathe and look pretty. Sometimes you'd go and you'd play games with your friends. Or if you didn't have TV, we didn't have TV, which you mentioned before. You go watch Sunday matinee with done or somebody had who have TV. Or if Miss World was happening during that time, and then you find somebody yard go watch TV in. Good
yup.
times.
You know what? But
Good times.
I think you and I discussed it. There's this sadness that comes to me when I think of going to people yard to watch TV, because sometimes you start by peeping through the window.
You think that's job.
Ruth, sometimes you start by peeping through the window, or you stand up at the door, or you sit down at the door.
No,
And just like,
wait, you start at this step. If you can't see from this step,
Yeah, and you start scoot up, scoot up, scoot up. Sometimes they look for you like they come in at the house with your dirty foot or sitting and come dirty up the house. Or sometimes, they say, all right, come in and you scoot up, you sit down at the chair arm and one move too hard. Or there's a
Why?
of that
No, sir.
comes to me.
Bless in my community, bless God for Master Elijah. Because we used to go over there and enjoy TV. And I was talking to mommy this week. Was it this week, mommy, or last week? And I was saying we used to go to our cousin whose name is Mas Ashley,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he lived so far from the road. Camille, I mean miles into the bush. But he had a Delco. I
Mm-hmm.
don't a Delco is a generator, guys, so they
Oh,
could generate their own electricity.
Mas Ashley
And
had.
you'd go over there, and when you just start watch the show, it kind of annoying because you keep hearing whoo, 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 because it was so loud. But eventually, you get down in the movie. But mommy was like, and it wasn't so bad, because if you carry a flashlight and your battle torch, because at night you come back in a walk miles. And I'm like, mommy, it did rough for me as a kid because you know how when TV gets sweet when when it get late and it cold because I'm from really rural and it got cold and so you start feel warm and toasty. But
And
it no
then
matter how the show nights come,
when it done, you
you
have
keep remembering that you have to make one good 1 hour walk go
girl. It was,
1 hour.
but it Ruth. We lived in different places, but it's almost like we had the same experience because ours, banana stand is because we went there the other day.
Yeah.
Had to go all the way out to banana stand, up on a little hill to go up a fine yard to go watch TV. And then after that, the same bottle torch, everybody would have their bottle torch. We leave it at banana stand. And when you're going back, you light your bottle torch and you're walking at it because we don't have no road. It's pure hill and pure stone. And you're walking all that way, mosquito biting you. If it wet the bush from the dew from the
When push by your foot come.
girl, and then like for the smaller ones, you probably fall asleep, so you become the burden for somebody else to carry on their back and all of that.
Nobody can carry me.
But then it was you went and you watched what you were watching, you enjoyed what you were watching, you just dreaded the walk home.
The
Be-
journey back.
Before we continue, mom mentioned in the chat that and quench aid. She says we still have a man who comes to our community on Sundays to sell ice cream. You see, well in
Look at that.
mom's case, somebody has to go because mom still lives up in the very rural.
But bus can go to the bus can cross it. Me carry the mother ice cream here though.
It's still but Ruth, and you remember Quenchade? Oh my gosh. You remember Quenchade, Ruth?
Yes, I was saying it earlier. Let me say if you remember Shackleberry Finn.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about syrup. I don't remember syrup. Shackleberry Finn,
No girl.
lemon. I think they had a lemon one. They had all kind of Quenchade that you mix it up and blend it up. But a long time you had girl, because
Talk to me.
we grew up Adventist, you're not supposed to wear makeup on them something there. But a long time me I take ketchup make me I take Quenchade make lipstick.
Listen,
Me say
first of all,
Quenchade make lipstick.
Camellia, when I was going to high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
We thought that our high school was very I don't know, but you could wear like hair tint. You could tint your hair, not dye your hair,
Yes,
tint
girl.
your hair. Me also use quench hair tint my hair, Mister. When I go out in the sun, the richest burgundy, the richest lilac looking hair you could
Girl.
ever find.
Quench in. So all them little girls that come from and behave like them invent things.
Please,
When me bust out with my quenched lips,
please.
oh my goodness.
That
No,
was a perfect lip stain, though, honestly.
cause it now come
Because
on.
when you put on that lip stain, it's there for a while and you put little Vaseline over it.
Mercy me.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You think me I come from Mac.
Hey.
It's long time. It's long time. Well, oh my God. I think one of the things that, like, just growing up in those situations, one of the things they teach us to do is to become very, what's the word?
I don't know, innovative, like turn your
Uh,
hand make fashion.
Creative and innovative because you realize you don't have these things, you desire these things. I don't ask mommy I see it because I wasn't watching no TV enough to see it. I was probably just reading books or whatever. But me know me see people with red lip. I'm like, could I do with that red lip? Yeah, and the only thing I have read that is edible was the thing. Was,
Quench it.
and so we put it on. And then the pierced ears, we used to use the hibiscus, middle of the hibiscus. There's a little white thing in the middle.
Yes, 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 yes,
That thing
yes, yes.
up, you put it on your ears, and that became your thingy for your necklace.
And the prop leaf of life. Not it wasn't leaf of life actually. It was its other flowers. I don't know what it's called. I used to use it to put on like fingernails, like when you took off the
Yes,
petals.
yes, it had the little red thingies. Yes,
Yes,
man, and you
and
take,
they had different colors.
yeah, man, and you wet it, and you squeeze, you put it on your finger, and that became your fingernail. As you move it, and then dry, so then start drop off.
Listen, this is how you have to walk.
And then for necklace, it was the, oh my god, the flower. It was it hibiscus? No, it was the flower that had the little hole in it. So you would stick them in each one. What's that called, Mom? You know what that flower is called? Where
And
you,
which one you're talking is red. The
yes,
red one you're
yes,
talking. That's what we used to use to put over our eyelashes as well.
not
When we used to put it on our eyelash, we used to, and it used to just sit there. I don't even know what we used to call it. Mommy, you remember?
no, girl. We used to put it on We used to put it like
Push them into each
hole.
other.
Yeah, in the hole, and like that became the necklace and the
I mean, not Jankro beads.
join.
Jankro beads when you make proper necklace. Because Camellia, I don't even know Jankro beads.
Of course, we know drunker bead.
Yeah, for those you have to do it when it's green, so you can push the thread and needle through it once it's green, and then when it's dry, like
Yeah.
you can't break it. Mm.
But no, not drunker bead. It was just a flower. I don't remember
I
what.
know which one you're talking, Cece.
Yeah.
It's all some little tiny red petals.
Yes, ma'am. And that became the necklace and the bandle, and we used to cut up tights and make all kind. Those were fun times. They seem
Very
like
much so.
fun times. And it's so
I
sad that
had lots of fun.
some people don't even like. Sometimes I talk to people and they're like, "How old are you? Like, why you sound like you grew up in 1960s or 1970s?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm from
That's
country."
Yeah, because where we're from, our parishes or communities are still not stuck. Stuck is not the right word, but there's a part of it that still holds on tightly, and that's the natural order of life. That's how people go about their daily lives. It
Yeah.
still hinges on the things that happened back then. So even though we would have evolved, so we have electricity and all of that, and we don't have no. This brings me to another thing, Cam, and I know it's 37 minutes in, so
That's
we'll
fine.
soon need to wrap. Yeah, but just to quickly talk about how a lot of times we talk about developing countries or third world countries, and we don't even realize how we have it good sometimes.
That is true.
Because yeah, man, because for me in the country and even for you, you grow up on family land. The most people we do are cuss and other little things. But for the most part, big old family land is there. And so you grow up not when we started university and so that time we understand rent and a pay a whole much bill. The only bill you paid was electricity bill.
That was it.
God sent the rain and that was your water
Water.
system. So now people talk about rainwater harvesting, and I'm like, we've been doing that.
Girl, I can teach you a thing or two about harvesting water since you want to make it fancy. Yeah. And like I was having a conversation with this guy at work the other day, and he said that they went to Jamaica for his vacation. And one of the things he didn't, they went to Negril, and one of the things he didn't understand is that he saw all these houses where there's one part done and the next part was just up in the air and there was nothing. And I was explaining to him that's a Jamaican custom and tradition that people don't mortgage houses. You build your houses. By the time it's done, it's yours. So what would
Yup,
happen is that you have a little money, you start the just you know exactly what you want. So you start the frame, then you finish a small part, you live in that, you show the partner or whatever, and you keep building. By
I
the
just
time
keep
you're done,
building.
you own that space. And I'm like, it's not a tradition for us to mortgage houses. And so that's why
Exactly.
all of that.
It's not the only thing in Jamaica that we tend to do a lot with, and courts benefit. Not advertising, but hey, courts, if you wanna, is higher purchase. But it just
Hmm.
means that it doesn't matter how somebody's house looks outside, inside nice and pretty. So
Nice.
people nice and
People
pretty.
will have board houses with cracks all up and them have AC
Sweetie, you said
units
board, I mean zinc houses
and have
and have AC.
AC in there. Yeah. And so I think
Exactly.
that's one of the things we get mixed up, because when we live in North America, we feel like all of that is good and all of that is well, and because you have this debit. And when you're living in like Jamaica and all these Caribbean, that's where riches is, because you own everything. All these things are assets.
Camellia, you see people, even if some work out to be a little liability, but if you need to sell it, you're good to go, you're clear. You see people with certain phones, you see them with certain laptops, whatever it is, they have purchased it. It is theirs, it is ours.
That is why Jamaica is not afraid of any recession.
Eh, because what you
Rec-
gonna do? Come take back the house that is mine?
yeah,
How?
recession doesn't affect the typical Jamaican.
Yeah. Cause and then for those who don't own some family land and they've built a house on it, you have some who capture land. And it is in the law that if you have lived on a piece of land long enough and nobody has come to claim it, it can become yours.
Yeah. So
Hi, KJ.
in shrivel up,
How are you?
up until.
Oh my. We have some things happening in the chat. United Nurses says, "Oh,
That was
that's
Kate.
some typo."
Sorry.
Camille, mommy says, "I don't hear anything about playing Dolly House and the things we used to make dolls." So tell me, no, mommy. That's why you're the funniest. So tell the man. Tell me.
Yeah, dolly house was a thing. Like before you had proper dolly, we used to use like the grass. Oh my god, I don't know what the name of that grass is. You grab it and you tie it one part. That's the head. Tie it one part. That's the bottom, and the next part was the
I
hair.
I don't know which one you're talking, but I know, but they were very tiny. We used to use the leaf of life. You see the part that comes down that we used to call prop. Like if you do this, it bursts and make pop. So what happened if you rip it apart? I'm gonna show you, Cece. It's almost like a little shapely dolly underneath it in a dress. I kid you not,
Really?
mommy. Oh my good. I swear, I'm gonna look for someone there in season, and I'm gonna show you guys
What's it
on
called?
Jamaican vibes and culture. It's leaf of life, but we call it prop.
I know leaf. I know leaf. Relax. I know leaf of life, but I don't know
Yes,
the dolly thingy.
it blooms. You know, did you know that it blooms and it has some cute little elongated things that come off of it, and when you hold it tightly, it pops. So we call it prop. But when you rip the things apart, it's almost like a little doll under there.
Oh wow! I didn't know that. No, speaking of pop, you remember Apple, Old Tahiti Apple? It
Oh
had
my
these things in
god!
it that you used to
When you
push,
put it in the pencil thing,
and you go.
yeah. Listen, when there's something that's thing you're doing, I'm not even going to hold you. It
Yeah,
was hot. But
it
listen,
was.
go ahead.
No, I'm just remembering, and I'm like when you were in the moment, you were having fun, but you didn't. Well, I didn't realize the impact that had on me. Like now that I'm thinking about it and just reliving the whole thing, I'm like, oh my god, we had the best childhood ever. Like I tell people sometimes that if Armageddon ever does come find me, come find me,
You're
because
good.
we'll survive. We'll be fine.
Because it's like regular life. It's like, oh, okay, we need to carry some water. That's fine. What's mom saying?
We used to we used something from the breadfruit tree and push sticks to make the hands and feet. We also had cloth dolls. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I had a cloth dolly that Miss Miri made for me. You
I
remember,
made.
mommy?
Oh, we used to use socks. We used to use socks and stuff the socks, and then sew on little things on the top of the socks as they. So you get the socks, you tie something around here, so squeeze it, and that became the head. And you draw on the eye and draw on the nose, and draw on the mouth, and then you
I
use
never did that one.
two little things and you sew them on as the hands and sew them on as the feet, and that was your doll. Or we just used any random thing we found and we made dolly house. I had a tall ceiling, and under there so was the dolly house. And the dolly house, you always have a husband, you have a wife, you have kids, and you had always had a baby.
And the thing is, what people don't understand is Dolly House could be anything. So even if it's a family, sometimes Dolly House is a school. And so my cousins and I would be under the house bottom and we try to, teach each other things. We don't really know nothing ourselves. But one of us is the teacher and you're there teaching and having fun. And you even used to cook. And talking about that, I can't even remember the first time mommy, allowed me and my brother to
Hmm.
cook. Boy. Sorry, things are
The
turning
first
over.
time I cooked, I used condensed milk tin, put it on the fire, and I was supposed to cook banana and something. And we cut up the banana, but I didn't know that you needed water in the pot. So I cut up the banana and something and put them. Me like, me something start fry.
But listen, this has got so unserious.
I
No,
didn't know.
yes, mommy saying dirty pot. So what you were doing was dirty pot cam.
Clearly, miss, I never knew I needed to put water in the pot. And I mean, my brother, brother. And we just drop the piece of banana, cut up the piece of banana and piece of yam, drop in the pot, and I wonder why now. When me hear everything I burn. Everything.
What's the roast food you cook with it?
Miss Goody, I don't know. And then the first time I baked, I was in primary school and I saw this thing called cornbread. And I saw this thing called cornbread. I'm like, cornbread. It was in the one of the recipe books in the kids section. I'm go and tell my mother, I said, I want to make cornbread. And she like, all right, but you have to make it out of door. Ruth, pan the wood fire.
Hella bat, hella tapana, hallelujah in the middle.
When I was done, I had to rename it Smoky Cornbread. Pure
My question to you, could you eat it?
Girl, I ate every last. It was good outside of the fact that there was so much smoke. I should have probably covered it. I don't know what I did, but yeah, those were good experiences. I mean, I don't.
Listen,
I'm not a
as
top
you
chef
talk,
now, but
yeah. As
you
you
have
talk
helped
about
me a lot.
baking, the first time I baked, I was in high school. And mommy probably remember. We were supposed to bake bun, and the bun did never right. And mommy never hold back to tell me say the bun never taste good.
Typical,
Which is why I probably cook and I don't bake.
but typical Jamaican. Them not pretty up and I say, oh, like how these kids are so. KJ, no, I don't want it. Thank you. You know how these kids are so we have to so gentle with them. No, it not taste good. Try again. Which is why I think we go well because there was nobody there to butter up anything. Imagine your mommy got tell you say it tastes good. You kept making that one until now.
Yeah, but it is tough bun when it had this weird taste. I don't even know what that taste was.
Oh,
But the first dumpling I made, they were too soft. And then they kind when dumpling too soft and you put them in a cold water and they have this slimy film on it. Do you
yeah.
know if you put dumpling, if you hear mommy, so true. If you make your dumplings and you put them in cold water, when they're done cooking, they form this film on it that you can actually like scrape off.
Oh,
It's
really?
true. But the dumpling is very soft. And mommy, that one she never complained about. She never needed to say anything. The blind could see, those without teeth could eat it, but she ate it nonetheless.
Praise God for mom. Yeah, I was never. I didn't grow up. I didn't like cooking like that because I think my mother is very particular about cooking. If the water must boil at 10 degrees, she not be so 9.5 will do and something. So I used to cook and bake with my grandmother that I enjoyed. But after a while, so now I can bake. I can cook. I can cook now, but I bake
Yeah,
better than
we've come a long way, amen.
from fish soup, Ruth
From
and
the fish food, let's
from
not talk about it.
to
Let's
know
not talk about it.
to
But
know
mommy used to have me and my brother in
that's
the kitchen.
which is one of the things like most like traditional Jamaican men. You know how now like certain roles are reserved for boys and some are reserved for girls. Traditionally, that's not how
Not
Jamaica.
in our yard.
So the
Mm-hmm.
girls grew up doing certain things, but they did everything. Them go cut grass, they go cut bush, them would
You
go
move
pot.
goat, you carry water.
Exactly. The boys did the exact same thing. So by the time they got to a certain age, they could do everything. They didn't need a woman
Yeah,
to do it, right? These
yeah.
ones now, oh my god, I look a hot girl them. Pure
Well, I
hot.
mean, I know them, no. I don't know them.
But you need to use
That is true. You see what mommy saying there? And I don't know what has happened. Like, I think I've lost to that. I used to make dumplings. My brother and I we used to make dumplings and sardines. Like, mommy would allow us to make, like, whatever. And even this grown woman in the community, you know, them people who always go on it, actually used to enjoy with dumpling and sardine. I kid you not.
oh
And then we
wow.
realized that we could make our own little I don't even know, almost like firecracker. Because if you rolled a little bit of dough, it's this tiny, and you put it in hot oil, by the time it fries, inside becomes so oh my dear.
Chris.
No, it becomes crisp on the outside, but like because it's so tiny and the pressure that builds up on the inside, it pops.
Oh wow. Look at you going
Yeah,
discovering thing, you little scientist you.
listen, listen,
But
listen,
but
listen.
speaking of fried dumpling, fried dumplings never is something I've never gotten. I'm gonna tell you a story. Probably shame myself, but I'm gonna tell you a story nonetheless. I remember
Tell
as
yourself,
I
sister.
was dating a particular young man. I decided I was gonna make him breakfast one morning, and I decided I was gonna do fried dumplings. I never understood the idea of putting baking powder or baking soda in a dumpling. It just never worked for me. I didn't know what it was about. And so, of course, I'm like, I'm not gonna mess up my dumpling with no baking soda. Or is it baking powder? Girl, I fry some dumpling, you see, and it was dumpling and I think dumpling and egg or dumpling and plat. I don't remember what it was, but a few hours later, when I was cleaning up, I discovered the dumplings in the bin. The dumpling them tough, them tough, them tough, them tough, them tough. They could have find.
The dumpling can't go on.
He never said a word to me, Ruth. He
No,
never
sir.
said a word to me. He just nicely discarded the dumplings in the bin. I mean, I would have to become a tell say. I could have kept the dumpling as weapons if somebody broke into the house.
Mass destruction. You're lucky, so we never get invaded because of you. You're a dumpling.
So like now I stay away from frying dumpling even to this day. But it was good that when we were growing up we're allowed to do these things, you know?
Yeah,
Well, I mean we the level of safety was kinda different because you were supposed to be safe, but nobody never nobody was babying you like that. You were given the rules and the regulations and you follow those and something. But I'm happy that we got an opportunity to venture out and to do those things. Because even
yeah,
mentioned this last time, we were running a boat. Your parents gone about them business, gonna work, a whole bunch of kids come together. Somebody, the biggest one, light the fire, somebody pulling with, somebody digging this, and everybody coming together to feed yourself because they leave you, you better eat.
yup.
Try not dead be hungry before we come home. Yeah? And you figure a way out.
That's true.
Football.
Chat busy tonight.
You couldn't play football. It was more like golf. Those were that broke
Based
me.
on the size. No, probably cricket.
Cricket or golf. You couldn't play football.
Yeah.
That broke your foot, Melissa.
Mhm,
But yeah,
mhm.
it's been good. Growing up
Yeah,
Jamaica, the
yeah.
best, the absolute
The
best.
best experience. And as we continue to build out Jamaican vibes and culture, can we really need to do a better job on posting these on there so we can get the support that we need. Mom, please go over there. We'll send you the link. Follow, subscribe, share with your friends.
Tell the whole neighborhood.
Um, Yes, man. It's to really get people from Kingston, different areas, to give us their take on how they grew up and even to look on their experiences, knowing that every summer you gone country and the whole experience and how that helped to form their identity, how it helped to form who they are today. Because our childhood directly impacts who we are. And for us, Camellia, I know that we are very grateful. When we got older, we realized that we did poverty stricken, as me that tell mommy. But but back then we didn't know. And because
Yeah,
of that, we lived happy lives. There were things we never had. And it doesn't mean that we didn't have times when we weren't saddened by it and we didn't want more and felt that we deserved more. But we were so grateful for what we had.
yeah.
We were just so grateful for what we had. And Camellia, quickly, because we know we soon wrap, we really
Mm-hmm.
are going back tonight. Is is even when we finally had TV, the big back TV, them and there was a schedule for when kids could watch TV and the shows you could watch. We can discuss that maybe next week or
Yeah.
so. The shows you could watch, and how even now as an adult, I don't even know if I'm comfortable watching certain things with my mom. Like some nowadays, me a big man, me want look, me kind of look sideways sometimes too, cause you kind
Girl,
of feel
wait
cute.
now. Discuss this next week. But when kissing scene come up,
Hello, yeah.
you,
First,
they,
of-
they
first
don't
of all,
tell you.
first of all, Camellia, what you need to know is that we learned to read the room so quickly. Because once we see they started looking at each other like a particular way, or we hear certain music or movement, we knew we not even catch none of kissing because we had turned long
Long
time.
time, face cover everything. You know, how dare you? Look at what? What are you looking at?
With your parents there watching All Royal Palm Estate. Listen, oh my
Rude.
God.
Ruth, I want to let's save it for next. We're going to talk about some etiquette, like something that you didn't even have to. They didn't have to tell you. Yeah, because
Didn't have to.
I know people who were turned back like they're going out on the road, and they had to, they put their hand in their pocket and them send them back at them yard because a man you a ton with your hand in your pocket.
Yes, yes. Not to mention if you pass out some adults and not even tell them it's hello. And
How
I
dare you,
mean, when you're going both ways, especially Miss School here, Mass Eli, you want them come complain to mommy?
girl?
You're going morning, Miss Schoolie, morning, Mass Eli, you're coming back. May I go back home now? Miss Schoolie, may I go back home? Excuse.
Oh, you think you turn woman you pass them about you now say hello? Who are you? How
Right.
dare you?
Me say
Oh,
if you pass 50 people, you have to tell them howdy. Oh yeah, mommy whistling.
oh, how dare you?
You're
Who?
bright.
You,
You're
next,
bright.
Ruth, next week we'll
Next
talk.
week.
Yes.
Next week.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But this has been good. We're almost an
It
hour.
has it.
Stay here for 2 more hours. But I'm having a terrible headache that I need to go take care of.
You should go and take care of
Thank
it.
you, Mom, for being here and for keeping the chat so lively. You are your daughter's mother for true. For true.
We're gonna keep the chat lively.
Yes. Thank you, Mom, for being here. And for everyone else who joined, thank you for being here, Ruth. Thank you for showing up here this week in your very pretty outfits and your very pretty face, and all of these things. And we will see you back here next week. Again, this is Jamaica Vibes and Culture. Go ahead and like the go ahead and like the page on YouTube. It's Jamaican Vibes and Culture. We need to get to 50 subscribers so that we can start going live from there. I will do a better job at posting some reels this week because I do have some, and hopefully that will create a little buzz so people will want to come buzz around and see what's there. Girls, I full joy myself. Love and I love you too, Mom. Until
Love
next,
you.
bye bye.
Bye. Thank you, Camelia. Good night.
Bye bye.